Well, joining me right now on a rather chilly bank of the River Otter is Mark Owen from the Angling Trust that represents the not too insignificant, or many of the not too insignificant, 4 million anglers in England, and Harry Barton from Devon Wildlife Trust. First, Harry, I suppose for you, a big day. Your beavers got their freedom.
Yes, we're absolutely delighted. For decades we've been seeing evidence of species disappearing or declining, being under threat, and it's so nice now to be talking about a species coming back, a species that has been lost for hundreds of years and now finding its way back here to the River Otter. There's a lot of work to be done. This is a 5-year project. The hard work starts today, but this is a great day for wildlife conservation.
Mark Owen, not a great day though for the anglers, I suppose.
No, and we'll be looking at Natural England's decision in some detail now, and looking at the reasons underpinning it. We've just heard about species declining over decades, nothing like fish populations. Fish populations are in an extremely bad state, and one of the main reasons for the decline, as evidenced by the Environment Agency, is barriers to fish movements.
And help me understand, how do beavers lead to fish declines? I mean, you can't blame that on beavers. What's the potential threat they could bring to our rivers?
Well, there's several. So the beaver lakes behind it will change fish species composition because of the change in the water, and some of our most threatened species, some of which are protected under European legislation and are already breaching requirements, would, we fear, decrease.
Harry, what do you say to that beavers can do more harm than good? And you're a man who cares about the environment too.
Well, I spent a lot of this afternoon looking through the research on this, and it's a complex picture. There are examples where beavers can have a negative impact. There are examples where beavers can have a positive impact. There isn't enough research yet, and most of that research is based on the continent. We do need more research. But having looked at the evidence, I would say that the balance is a positive one. But of course, what we've got to do with this project is we've got to look and learn. If you don't try these things and you don't monitor them and you don't research them, you don't know for sure. And of course, that's exactly what this project will do.
Now, there are quite tight restrictions on what you can do. How are you going to meet the terms of this licence? These beavers have to be trapped first by DEFRA, tested for a disease, and then you've got to make sure, I suppose, can they just then run wild and breed across all of England's rivers?
No, we'll be tagging them, we'll be watching them very closely, we'll be observing their behaviour. We've got all sorts of conditions in place so that if problems do occur, for instance, if they block a culvert or if they cause a problem to a farmer, we can deal with that.
Well, gentlemen, it appears we ran out of light there for a second. We're also running out of time. Thank you both very much for joining me. Harry Barton from Devon Wildlife Trust and Mark Owen from Angling Trust. Thank you very much indeed. Krishnan.
Thanks, Tom.